I literally just got off the phone. It's about what? A little before 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Talking to Kane over at Daggerfin. And we're talking about, that company works in advertising, marketing, employer branding, everything to do with growing companies. And we are talking about some of the ads. But Kane and I also do a show on my channel. And we're talking, investing, stocks, all that fun stuff. And Kane goes, man, you see all those commercials, and he says Tesla's effed, and you know, I've been saying that since last summer, probably before that. You can go back and find old episodes, but it's a thought that people thought that Tesla was the only electric car manufacturer on the planet. One day we will all drive Teslas. We will all have like a chip in our brain that Tesla controls, and we'll be in the Matrix. Everyone will be happy. What's that line I keep seeing on Twitter? Is you'll own nothing and be happy, right? This Super Bowl, which should have been a slap in the face to everybody out there, to wake up and realize that all the other automotive manufacturers aren't going to just lie down and die. They are going to manufacture their own electric vehicles and saturate the market. And Tesla, kind of first mover advantage in terms of a platform, first mover advantage in terms of a powertrain, let's say. They didn't invent the car, though. And I think this is where investors get a little bit screwed up sometimes. A car is not just a powertrain. It's how it looks, it's suspension, it's windows, it's how it feels, it's how it drives, it's how the dash is laid out, it's the electronics, it's everything. And Ford and GM and BMW and Benz and Toyota, they all have a tremendous amount of experience and intellectual property around all those things. Your seat. I ordered a Porsche. You can get 4-way seats or 18-way seats. You can get the race buckets. There's all these different components that make up a car. It's this new design style of let's just throw a big ass tablet in the middle of the dash and call that cool. That's not design. Look at the interior of some of the new BMWs and Benzes right now. That's design. So, and Kane also said, hey, electric vehicles aren't looking like electric vehicles anymore. They're looking like vehicles. And I think that's the biggest thing that when I did my episode, I put a deposit down. Granted, it's only $100. Anybody can do this. But I put a deposit down on that electric Hummer SUV because it reminded me of my FJ Cruiser I had back in the day. And I'm like, okay, this is a electric vehicle I'm interested in buying because I actually like how it looks. A lot of the electric vehicles look like these futuristic electric vehicles, and I think they're ugly. Teslas aren't appealing to me. I love the powertrain, fast as hell, but they're just ugly. The interior's ugly, the outside's ugly. Kenny and I always joke, I say it looks like the movie WALL-E. And I was happy to see that Sopranos throwback, that was a brilliant commercial hitting the Soprano people because I'm a Sopranos fan. Bringing back that track, the intro song showing Satriali's, bringing back the daughter and son. I mean, that was a very clever commercial to introduce that truck. But it looks like a truck. It kind of looks like the old Chevy Avalanche, if you know what I mean. But okay, now we're seeing everyone else from BMW to Ford, the Hummer. They're releasing cars where they're just changing the powertrain. They're still using their design cues. It still looks like a truck. I don't care about the Cybertruck. That's probably for people who have never owned a real. I own a 2500 diesel pickup truck that I fill up with firewood and tow shit and I beat the hell out of it. I don't want a Cybertruck. It's to me like Cybertruck kind of looks like an SUV, a crazy SUV to me. People are going to buy it, but it's probably not the truck market. So just put a powertrain, electric powertrain, in a regular truck and they'll sell. This is a wake-up call for all the Tesla people. Doesn't mean Tesla is not going to thrive. Doesn't mean that Tesla can't make money. Doesn't mean Tesla can't be number one. But if you thought that all these other automotive manufacturers are going to go out of business and Tesla was going to be it, you were wrong. by a long shot. The commercials for the Super Bowl just told you so. From Kia to BMW to Chevrolet, everyone's coming. They were too busy selling millions of cars a year to worry about competing with a company that was making 100,000. They call it an ambidextrous organization. You can do it the old way while you build a new way at the same damn time. There will be some winners and losers, but it just the thought that Tesla was going to be the only one, I think, was silly. And now you know. You know, it's you talk to people last night and this morning. I didn't know there was. They'll say, I didn't know there was that many electric vehicles on the market. Yeah, they're coming. They're coming, and it's not just Tesla. So I'm curious to see what the stock does this week, because I think now you see how much pressure is coming from everybody, and you give it 2 years, and I think Tesla's going to be in a different position. They're out there making Bitcoin plays and stuff to puff up balance sheets. Let's see what happens when BMW and Benz. Have you seen is it Taycan or Taycan? I probably can't say it right. The electric Porsche. Kane was talking about this. When you look at it from the rear, it looks like a Porsche. It just looks badass. Why would I want to buy, unless I just want the ultimate performance? The Tesla Roadster. That Porsche looks amazing when you see it on the road. You're going to see everyone else start bringing this stuff to their designs. The Benz S-Class. The M cars for BMW. Yeah, it's gonna. People buy cars that look nice, and you can buy a Tesla if you like it. That's what you like. That's what you like. But we got such a very difference when it comes to style that it's not going to be just one automaker. Tesla had a nice little run because the quote unquote big boys weren't playing the game. Ford was selling 1 million trucks a year. They weren't worried about Tesla. Well, they can do both. They can sell the 1 million trucks and launch their electric vehicles. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, what were your thoughts on some of the commercials? I personally, I was tired of seeing electric vehicles and crypto commercials. I'm gonna do another episode, so tune in. But this Super Bowl, I felt like it was more advertisement and less entertainment when it came to the commercials. And if you think about the Super Bowl, a bulk of people don't even care about the football. It's having a party and food and hanging out with family and friends and entertainment. The ads this year bugged me because they really weren't entertainment. It was just more advertisements. And I'm going to talk about that on the next one. So tune in a minute, and then we'll talk about that.